Welcome to the Pull Up a Chair show. I'm Dr. Christy Wick.
And I'm Dr. Jake Grenacher.
And we are here to let you in on our in-depth conversations on chiropractic practice, personal development, leadership, and business excellence.
If you are needing inspiration, motivation, clarity, or permission in any of these areas of your life, we're glad you're here. Pull up a chair.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pull Up a Chair, or welcome if this is your first time. And if this is your first time listening, I'm really, really glad that you are tuning in to today's episode because you are going to get a little sneak peek into a super innovative marketing strategy that could be a game changer for you personally. So we are going to start with, this was probably, I don't know, I'm going to tell you a little story. It was probably like maybe January. Does that sound right, Jay? I don't know. It was like 4 or 5 months ago-ish.
Yeah, probably.
We were doing kind of our normal, Jake and I, like debrief phone call on random things. We always are talking about, system stuff in business and what's happening with both of our growth trajectories in practice. And he was like, hey, you remember when I used to do those daycare talks, which he'll talk to you about in a second. And he's like, I decided to start doing those for dentists. And as he kind of got into this strategy, I was like, what in the world? This is like the craziest, but most brilliant, amazing strategy ever. And in his style, when he finds something that works, he goes all in and he figures it out and he gets it done immediately. And so it has been going gangbusters for him. So today we wanted him to share a little bit more about this strategy that gets you paid to market your practice. Like you're literally getting paid while you are marketing, because neither one of us have ever heard of anything like that in our entire career in chiropractic, where you are literally being paid to show up and talk about chiropractic. So tell us more about daycare talks.
I always think, like, when I hear like a great podcast or someone telling their story, it always starts out way better when they hear like the "this is how I screwed it up" part. So I would love to share that part first because yes, about probably 12 years ago-ish, I'm not even sure then where this crazy idea came from, but there was something that I saw for a daycare center that was getting their continuing ed credits. And I was like, what's that all about? I didn't even know daycare providers needed credits like we do. Looked into it, found out they did. And thought, I wonder if we could give our Raising Healthy Children Naturally talk and get credits for them. So we went through the process of the daycare board or whatever it was in North Dakota, got it approved and started doing these daycare talks, which it was awesome. These big daycare centers. And we did one in office and one a couple times for like in-home providers. Was awesome. Like these centers loved it. We would come in, we would provide credits for these centers, and went really well that way. So if I just stop the story there, it was unbelievable. The problem is that the demographic of daycare providers wasn't really ideal. We had a lot of 19-year-old college students that were doing it, that were working in these daycares, just not really didn't fit our ideal demographic of patients. A lot of them didn't really have disposable income to afford care. So, and we did get a couple patients. I tell how terrible this strategy was, but, I saw 2 people last week that have been weekly wellness since those daycare talks 12 years ago. So they weren't all bad, right? There was a couple people that were great, but it just kind of wasn't something to sustain doing or put the energy into. So we paused it, killed it, buried it, hadn't thought about it or talked about it since for 12 years. And then, it was probably the fall where I don't know what wild hair, it must have saw something with continuing ed for dentists. And it just got me thinking and pausing. I'm like, well, wait a second. I can't think of a more ideal patient population than dentists, dental hygienists, and dental assistants. They're some of our best patients, like disposable income, right? They're usually not working a ton of hours. That's what we make fun of dentists for, right? Meaning they can find their time to get in. I mentioned ideal income. The average dental hygienist is making over $80,000. So this is good money that these people are making. They talk about hygiene, wellness stuff all day. Our patients that we have that are hygienists and dentists get it. They're amazing patients that way. So I thought, I wonder if we can do the same thing that we did for daycares. I wonder if we can do it for dentists. And the long the short answer for that was we could. The long answer was it was way harder. Dealing with the dental board was not quite as easy as it was dealing with the daycare board. So we started this incredibly painful process of getting our upright workshop, we called it. It was, ergonomic posture assessment, pain management, all kinds of stuff for the dental professionals. So we started this process of getting it approved in the state of North Dakota, and we did. Took forever, but we got it approved and we started doing the talks. So I mean, that's to pick up to where we are now. That's kind of the backstory of how we got there.
The coolest part about this is you have some dental professional friends, so you were
Yep.
able to kind of vet this idea. And I remember you telling me like, yeah, I just asked like one of my dentist friends, like, hey, if I were to come and show up at your office and give you and everyone there 2 hours of continuing ed, like, would you pay for that? What kind
Yeah.
of, payment? And he threw out a number that ended up being a lot higher than the number that you're charging. And so, long story short, you and of course your brilliant Canva genius wife, Brittany, who put together just some awesome materials for the Upright program, an amazing handout for it. They decided to do a promotional offer of $250 to go in and do these talks. And you sent out what it was like 15 emails in the first week. And
Yeah, we actually had like 7 booked in the first week. So, and I think that's a super great part of the story because this is like anything, we didn't really intend when we were building it and creating it for all of the things that happen, right? I'm sure you've all done something where you're like, wow, like that had this crazy cool like side effect that I didn't really anticipate, right? So I anticipated charging for it because after talking, and I actually talked to a few different dentists, some that were patients, some that were good friends. About the one that's a patient. I actually ended up doing an upright at their office for free for all of their insight that they gave me, and because they provided so much value in that. But so yeah, he said yes, we pay for it. We give stipends to our hygienists to get their continuing ed credits. So if you came in and did this, it would be awesome. They can do so many online, but so many have to be in person. So these counted for in-person credits. It was just all of this great stuff. We'd love to have you. This would be awesome. So that was being able to charge for it was the intended outcome. Like, wow, we can actually charge offices to come in and deliver this workshop. So we're charging the office to come in and give them a talk about chiropractic to turn all of their staff into new patients. So that was the intended outcome. The unintended outcome, which was great, is it totally flipped the script on who was holding the cards and who was holding the power, right? If you're trying to set up workshops in your town and those kind of stuff, and you're doing them for free as a lunch and learn, it's not that they're bad, but you're begging, right? You're begging them to come in. It's like, ugh, what time can make it work? What food are you going to bring? We have all this stuff going on. When we started charging for it and being the person that's bringing the value, it totally flipped that balance of power to where they're asking us, what do you guys want for coffee? We're ordering food. What do you want? We're the ones coming in with the value. So we're charging them. We're coming in with the value. So they're attentive. They're excited to be there. We're giving them something, as in these credits for all our providers. So we're not only charging, we're not only giving a workshop about chiropractic that's closing them as new patients, but we're also flipping the entire power battle that we're not begging to come in there as something. We're coming in as experts that they paid to come in to provide value. And it was really an amazing thing that happened.
along those lines, as he was doing all these talks locally in North Dakota, he also has another office in Minnesota. And so started thinking about other states. And of course, I was like, well, I want to do
Yeah.
I want to do this too. And so we started just looking into how unique was North Dakota as far as getting this approved. Is it possible to get it approved in other states? What does this situation and process look like? So, we started really thinking about all of you when it comes to how we're always looking for the next innovative strategy. I mean, all of you have likely racked your brains over the last few years because what you used to do for marketing maybe just isn't quite as effective anymore. And so, especially when it comes to giving talks, but being paid to give them, we both were really confident that this was a strategy if it was able to be reproduced in other states that a lot of you would be really excited to get on top of for all the reasons that Jake already mentioned, like such qualified new patients coming in, giving them some great information that also they can share with patients, right? I mean, dentists are seeing lots of patients every single day. And so for them to understand the three T's and be able to communicate stress and what it does to the nervous system in a bite-sized way with dental patients, still, that has a great ripple effect when it comes to chiropractic. So long story short, we at this point have sent out either called or emailed all 50 states. And our team is still in the rigorous process of just figuring out exactly what states will approve this. But we've also had people, so for instance, in my case, I am, in a state where it's not quite as cut and dry to be able to give CEs, but still able to send things out and charge a lower fee to come in and give this talk. And so really it can be successful in any realm. It's just a matter of how you approach it. And so we started talking a lot more about what if we package this all up and we gave you all of these great resources that, Jake and his team have built out, including the actual talk, an example of how he gives the talk, emails that you're going to send to secure your talks. I mean, literally everything you need from the word go to standing in front of people and giving the talk is packaged up. And we wanted to provide that opportunity for all of you to be able to do this exact same strategy in your area and get some of these really qualified new patients while getting paid on the front end to do it.
Yeah. And what's really great about this program, this Upright program, is listen, we know that we've talked to docs. We've done a lot of then talk to people. We have a lot of people that are now starting to get into this program. There's no doubt in my mind that you could go do this. Like, it's a great idea, go do it, right? The thing about that we've done for you, a lot of the legwork is we're now, I think, up to 16 states that it's approved in, pending and many other ones that's out there. But what we've done is we've done all the legwork for you. And the cost of this program is like, do 3 or 4 of these and it pays for itself. So do you want to go reinvent the wheel and do it all yourself? Sure, go for it. Go nuts, right? Or do you rather pay a teeny fee to have it all handed to you? Like Christy said, the scripting as far as emails to send out, all of the handouts that we sent. Do you want the Canva outlines? Do you want the certificates that you have to give them at the end for their CEs? All done for you. The workshop in PowerPoint, Canva, Keynote, all that kind of stuff, done for you. It's all done for you. And what's great about this too is it's not an ongoing thing. It's not like, oh, I got to pay $5.99 a month to have accesses. No, you buy it, very affordable. You buy it, go do it, go nuts. This isn't meant to be something you have to learn. I don't have to sit and like learn a whole system. It's meant to be a plug and play, done for you market strategy, right? The videos are short, the things are digestible. You could literally buy this program on a Saturday and by Monday start running with it, which is phenomenal. The cool thing now at this point, we were going to talk about this like a month ago, 2 months ago, but the cool thing now is we have docs doing it in lots of different states that are having success. We've got some feedback on the process. They're very easy, able to digest and get through the program. So it's really, really great to now see the fruit of what's happening from that. But if you're looking for a strategy that's like, I love talking to people, but it's just like, I can't fill a room anymore. It's hard to do a workshop. Like when I can talk to people, it's great. Here is an amazing lunch and learn style workshop that you are getting paid on the front end to do. You become the expert. You are going to deliver to get new patients, creating referral sources from these dentists. Like the ripple effect of this is just huge.
So, of course, we will put all of the details for this if you're listening on podcast platform in the show notes. If you're watching this on YouTube, we'll put it all down below. But if you head over to pursuitchiros.com/upright, you can read more all about it. There's some additional details about just location protection and some other things that you can read about. But we always like to keep our episodes short. We know that you are all listening in between things, just like we do with the podcast we listen to. So head over to that page, read everything over. If you have any questions, you are more than welcome to reach out to us on social. We're happy to answer. And one of the best things about this is It's such a cool strategy that we're going to be continuing to monitor and provide additional resources as we continue to get more docs using the program. So we have a Facebook group where we can, field your questions. We can provide, we just had someone like yesterday or 2 days ago ask for a phone script because she wants to call instead of send emails. So our team is going to be writing up a phone script and providing that for everyone who has purchased the program. So this is going to be kind of a living, breathing entity where we'll continue to provide things to help make it uber successful for you. But this is one of those things where it's easy to drop the excuses at the door and just grab it, watch the videos. Literally watching all the videos would probably take you like at most maybe 90 minutes at the very most. And that's if you watch Jake giving the whole talk as well.
Yeah.
Then you can start implementing it immediately. So it's your CAs could be the ones booking stuff for you.
100%.
You just figure out the talk and away you go. So this is such an easy strategy, and it's a really affordable strategy, especially if you're like new in practice or you're a startup and you're looking for something that's going to give you a great return on the limited maybe dollars that you have to invest in marketing opportunities. So check out the details. We can't wait to see you in the program.
That's it. Thank you, guys.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to the Pull Up a Chair show.
Whether you're watching on YouTube or listening to the show on your favorite platform, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss an episode.
If you found value in today's episode, please share it with a colleague. We would be honored.
To connect with us, you can find us on IG at The Pursuit Chiros, or you can email us at connect@thepursuitchiros.com.